What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified as soon as we drop any new content on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this one, just a brief little news item. It came out earlier in the week. A bit of news concerning Conor Benn. As we know, Conor Benn failed at least two PED tests. And it's for this kind of fertility sort of drug, but it helps with your testosterone, I understand, helps you to sort of recover quickly. And it came out big time during the build up to what was supposed to be him versus Chris Eubank Jr. And at the 11th hour, the same week of the fight, the BBBFC, British Boxing Board of Control, there was a leak from them that Conor Benn had failed not only a test during that time, but that Conor Benn had also failed a test going back into the month of June. It was even back then he was in a compromised position there. But since then, we've heard a lot of talk from Conor Benn. He's been coming out saying he hopes that the apologies are going to be as loud as the disrespect that he's been through, and he kept going on about all that he's been through and all that he suffered, this, that, and the other. And the latest that I heard prior to this news was that he's got I don't know how many 100-page dossier where he's proved his innocence, and apparently according to the WBC he's all good to go. But I, like many other people, were looking at it thinking, well, the WBC, they're just a governing body. Even if they were to ban Conor Benn, he could go and fight through the WBO, IBF, WBA, whatever. He could go some other route. But what people in the know were sort of concerned about was, well, what does the board say about this? And, what does UCAD say about this? Because UCAD is the one who conducted the tests and all this sort of thing, and VADA and these guys. But I think UCAD and the board were the main concern. And they're the ones, of course, who scuppered the fight. I think leak came from them with the information. And the latest now is that the board have come out and said that Conor needs to prove his innocence to them. And that until he does so, he will not be allowed to fight on any British Boxing Board of Control shows at all. So even if Conor Benn sort of tries to get around it and acquires a foreign license, because as many of you will know, he gave up his British license during the midst of all this stuff after the Chris Eubank fight was scuppered, and he realized he couldn't fight. He gave up his British license. But the board are standing firm, they're standing their ground, and they're just saying, look, unless you can prove your innocence to us, you're not going to fight on any of our shows. And this is a serious thing for Conor Benn. This means that basically he's either, well, if he is innocent, which I hope he is, but at the moment he's looking sort of more guilty than innocent, just based on what we're seeing here. Because all we've had is just words from Conor Benn saying, I'm innocent, and I've got the proof. But we've never heard this proof. This proof is basically something that's somewhere in the shadows. We never really heard about it. So now he's in a position where I think all he can do is maybe Eddie Hearn can get him on some shows abroad. Some people have been saying, well, he can go to Australia, and I think that's probably the most realistic route for him. Sort of going back into a place like Australia where he's a citizen. Maybe he could fight over there. Maybe, I don't know, he could sort of build himself in America or whatever. But I think it's one of those where he's in a very, very difficult position at this time. So we'll see what happens. If any more news comes out, I'll let you know. But all we know right now is that he's not going to be able to fight on any British shows that are sanctioned by the Board of Control until further notice, unless he proves his innocence. So let me know what you think about that in the comment sections below. Do you think he will prove he's innocent? Do you think he's innocent? Do you think he's guilty? Let me know your thoughts. And till next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out.